Why am I standing here with a bottle of sparkling wine and a sword? Sabrage, the art of sabering. In victory, you deserve champagne, and in defeat, you need it. So said Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon was an infamous military leader in the French Revolution in the early 19th century. It was rumored that he and his men, upon returning from battle on horseback, would receive bottles of champagne from grateful Frenchmen. Now, unfoiling, uncaging, and decorking a bottle of champagne on horseback proved to be a most difficult task indeed. So, in an act of ultimate class and convenience, Napoleon would unsheath his saber and lop the top off the bottle of wine. And so began Sabrage. In truth, no one really knows how Sabrage began, though most scholars will maintain that Napoleon and his men were among the first. But let's not talk about the past. What really matters is how can you incorporate this class act into your next celebration. It takes a little bit of practice, but we'll get you there. Come along. First, you'll need a carbonated wine. Any carbonated wine will do. You'll want to chill the wine to about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the ideal temperature for champagne. Then put it upside down in a bucket of ice or ice water and let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. The neck, when you're done, should feel frozen. You want to make sure you remove the foil and the cage. Get all of it off of there. When you're removing the cage, make sure you leave your hand on top of the cork just in case. Now, every bottle of wine has a seam where the glass was melted together. So you want to find that seam, and the goal is going to be to apply a great amount of force right to where the seam meets the lip of the bottle. Now, with a normal sword, you're going to want to use the blunt edge. You don't want to use the edge of the sword for this. With a sommelier sword or a champagne saber, you can use either end. Either end works just fine. So you're going to take the bottle in your non-dominant hand and put your thumb in the punt of the bottle, line up the seam, and you're ready. And after you execute a perfect sabrage, take a moment to yourself so you've earned it. Once you've successfully completed the art of sabrage, you've risen to a new level of respect with your guests. Once you have successfully completed the art of sabrage, you have risen to a new social class with your guests. Savor the moment. You're going to want to take a minute to wipe away any potential glass shards from the rim. Perhaps discuss the vintage of the wine or the history of sabrage, and then enjoy the glass. So guys, I'm going to give you a few tips just so you can avoid some of the mistakes that I made when I messed it up. I think what happened to me is I had the bottle angled too high, and so when I was trying to push kind of forward and I had the bottle angled up, so I created a lot of pressure even down here when I went the first time. The second time I had the bottle angled more flat, and so the pressure point came where it was supposed to, right on the lip of the bottle. The first time I had the bottle angled up, and so it created too much pressure right about here, which popped the bottle. So keep the blade fairly flat, not exactly flat. You want to just enough so that the blade is going to catch the lip. Angle the bottle to be pretty flat, and you should be all right. So guys, if you ended up trying this at home and you were successful, or if you weren't, post the video and link it in the comments. It'd be awesome. We'd love to see it. And if you have any tips on what kind of helped you figure it out and do it correctly or incorrectly, let us know as well. We'd love to help share those tips with everyone. So if you enjoyed the video, share and subscribe, and see you next time.